Hello everyone, Ron here from RJJ's Reactions, and I'm back with Dan Vasc, and this is The Reigns of Castamere. It says the Lannister song Game of Thrones cover. This is a viewer request. Thank you very much for that. This is just a regular request. It's been on my list for a long time, just because there's so many great artists to get to. If you want your request quicker, check in the description. There's a way to buy me a coffee and bump up your request and get it within days, rather than months. I have not seen the Game of Thrones, nor have I read the books. I would be very interested in reading the books. I just haven't had the time or the chance to get to them yet. I don't have copies of them either. I did think of ordering them a couple of times, but haven't yet. You can let me know whether the books are worth it if you've read them, or whether the show is worth it if you've seen it. I've seen clips, but I haven't actually seen even one episode of the Game of Thrones. So, of course, I think if you're going to watch one episode, you need to watch them all, or at least most of them probably. So that's another reason why I probably haven't gotten into it, because the amount of time that it would take but I've heard good things, and would be interested in it. So anyway, I don't know this song. I know Dan Vasc is amazing though. I've done a number of reactions to him. In the description, you'll find a link to my playlist for Dan Vasc if you want to watch all of the reactions I've done so far to him. Also in the description will be a link to Dan's channel so that you can go there and subscribe and like and comment and support the artists. We definitely want to do that, especially someone with so much talent that Dan Vasc has. Is there anything else? Oh yes, just before we head in, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, that helps the channel a lot. I forgot about one of the most important things. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Channel's been growing nicely, but I do know that I haven't checked recently, but around 90% of viewers have not subscribed, so we got a long way to go. So just push that little button, helps a lot. Great community here, lots of super information and comments that come in. I read all of your comments and answer as many as I possibly can, and I do appreciate all of the comments and all of the information. I can't remember everything, but I do my best, and it does help other viewers as well. Another thing to mention before we get into it, you can certainly check out Dan Vasc's playlist and all of the reactions I've done to him, and have a little snoop around and find some other artists that maybe you haven't even heard of before, and have a listen, because uh, there's just so much amazing talent out there. I always get a chuckle when people say there's no good music anymore, and there's just so much. The old music, the not quite so old, and the new. I mean, there's lots of good things to choose from. So just check it out. All right, let's have a listen.
And who are you? The proud lord said that I must bow so low. Only a can of a different code, that's all the truth I know.
Quite the bass.
In a coat of gold or the coat of red, a lion still has claws. And mine are long and sharp, my lord, as long and sharp as yours. And so is spoke, and so is spoke, that lord of Castamere. But now the rains we pour is all, with no one there to hear. Yes, now the rains we pour is all, and not a soul to hear.
Nice. Beautiful. I'm going to back up a little bit. That section there. Well, great control of Dan's voice at the beginning. This is a relatively short song, by the way, 2:35. Um, so great control. And then this instrumental section here reminds me a little bit of what he did with the Spyglass Inn songs. I've done some of those. You can check that out too. But yeah, really beautiful. Just really beautiful. And also the drama on his face. Dan's also often very um, sort of theatrical or dramatic in his videos, and this is well suited for it.
And so it spoke, and so it spoke, the Lord of Castamere. But now the rains we pour his home with no one there to hear. Yes, now the rains we pour his home, and now a soul to hear.
All right. So the way they filmed that too, with black, and then the light on Dan's face, making him look almost ghostly in a way, and yeah, adds to the drama, almost reminiscent of Phantom of the Opera kind of idea. Really well done. And then of course during the instrumental it went to complete black. I don't know whether videographers would recommend that or not, but I thought it was really good because part of the reason I close my eyes sometimes, particularly during solos or instrumental pieces, is because you hear music so differently with your eyes closed. And so going to black kind of almost forces you to do that. You don't even have to close your eyes. Beautifully done. Um, really did enjoy that. Always enjoy listening to Dan Vasc when I see him coming up. I have on. This is very confusing. I'm on this computer. You can't see my computer, but I'm on this computer now recording videos. But it's on my other computer, the big one, that I do a lot of the actual work. So that's where, I'm typing in all of the information and everything, and that's where my spreadsheet is for when viewers like you request songs, and I put it on my spreadsheet. Then from my spreadsheet, it gets transferred to, I don't know if you can see this, my little book here, which is sitting right beside me. And when I glance over my book and I see a Dan Vass song coming up, I always think, oh, yay, I get to do a Dan Vass song today. So and then it gets marked on here, and then it gets moved from this computer back over there and up online eventually. So it is a bit of a process, but it seems to work fairly well. The only issue, of course, is that there are so many great singers and bands and groups. It's a super problem to have. It's not really a problem at all, except that there's a wait time if you request a song, and I just pop it on the regular list. So check in the description. There's a way to buy me a coffee and get yours a lot quicker. Also, a link to Dan's channel, as I said. Uh, the song was so short, I sound like I'm repeating myself immediately, but you want to go to Dan's channel and support him as well. Let me know what you think of this song. Let me know what you think of Game of Thrones, either in book version or movie, or not movie. It was TV series, wasn't it? Version or both. Sometimes people like to compare, and a lot of literary people always say the books are better, and others, well, they probably didn't read the books because they only enjoy the movies. But I don't know. I've seen a lot of the time I do enjoy the books better. I tend to be a bit literary myself. After all, I got my L.T.L tutoring t-shirt on today, and I teach English reading, writing, and some basic mathematics as well. And study skills and strategies. Keep that in mind. If you know anyone, teach online and off, but you'd have to be local for the off. The in-person tutoring is pretty local, but online all over the world, which is amazing. Just like all of these artists from all over the world are amazing to me. What we can do these days is incredible. So, in the meantime, keep listening, keep having fun, have an amazing day. It's Ron from RJJ's Reactions. Bye bye for now.